One. Cheers. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the changing room where we discuss fast topics and give our fast opinions. We'll get right into it this week. Our first topic is the VMAs that just happened literally yesterday. And it is 100% my turn to go first. I feel like that should be a drinking game every time like we fuck up like the like who goes
Literally.
first. You gotta take a shot when you're watching all that. But okay. Um Generally like red carpet or let me start my timer. Too eager. All right. Stopwatch and go. No yawning. The
I
fuck?
know. I tried to hide it.
But okay, yeah. So generally, like these red carpets, especially for like non-major like award shows, are always a fucking mess. And I mean, like this one didn't really like didn't really change the or break the mold or change the trend at all. But I did like Tate McRae. I thought that she was like, kind of like a good because you don't want to be too formal, but you also want to be don't want to be too like casual. So I thought that was a good one thing. I'm talking as if we don't have 30 seconds only. But
Yeah.
okay, so I'll be quicker next time. Tate McRae.
Okay. So I wait, let me start my timer. I didn't watch it, so I only know a couple references. The one outfit I really liked was Young Blood. I thought I saw a video of his um like the tribute that he did for Ozzy Osbourne, but the outfit he wore on the red carpet was like he wore this sick chrome jacket. He was wearing Ozzy Osbourne's like cross necklace, which was sick. Like I really liked the outfit. It was very him, but like mildly elevated, and I love chrome, so it felt aligned.
Okay, let me reset. Okay, yeah, I have no idea who that is in general, but he was shirtless, right? I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't like that shit. Like, bro,
it's
please.
so him though. It's
I
so him.
guess maybe if I knew who he was. But anyway, I also liked Sierra. I thought that was like a fun like way to be like sporty but still like appropriate for the event. I weirdly liked Tyla. I felt like it was a little casual, but she was rocking. I think it's supposed to be a shirt, but she wore it as like a mini dress. She's always half naked, which is just like part of her branding. But it was like Conch Chanel for once. And dang, I ran out of time. But yeah.
Okay, well, I don't really have that much I can say. I don't know any of those reference points. I will say, similar to what Diamond kind of started us off with, a lot of the outfits are always just very mid, like unexciting. Which like, yeah, but also I feel like we should use these smaller shows, not smaller, but these more like whatever shows as an opportunity to like expand our horizons and like experiment a little bit more. That's it.
Okay. Let's reset. Next topic. Oh, okay, this is a good one. So this stemmed from a conversation I had with my friend who's also a stylist slash content creator as well. And in that, there was this influencer who always posts like how great his outfits are. However, like the amount of hype that he puts
He
on
gasses
the
himself.
energy into the video, in my opinion, never matches like how good the outfit actually is. It's
Can
always
we
just a
name
bunch.
drop? Are you gonna name drop who it is?
No, I'm not gonna be shady. I honestly don't even really know him. Like for some reason, I think the algorithm can just sense that, like maybe because I stare at it longer. Like I don't even follow. He keeps showing out. I'm just like, bro, like who is this guy? And like no one I know follows him. But anyway, the idea is start having actual style versus just designer dumping because his outfits are always like very designer heavy, but I never really feel like it gives what it needs to give. So I'm going to start now. I think this is like kind of a like nuanced topic. Like I think on one hand, like obviously you need to have your own like your storytelling with your outfit. So it's gonna be very obvious when you just like designer dump and there's no story, there's no soul, there's no personal, etiquette or style being it's not intentional. It's gonna like be obvious. But I also think like there is something to like a full designer outfit. One, usually because the quality of it, like you're gonna be able to tell. So I do there is some it's a little more nuanced and like if just because you have all designer, like you're not dressing well, but I'm over my time and I'll, rebuttal.
Fire. Okay, let me start mine. Okay, I think there's a really big difference between being label heavy and logo heavy. I think I'm somewhat label heavy because I do own a decent amount of designer, I think. Because like Diamond said, the quality, I think kind of like the artistry behind it, the way the pieces look on me, I prefer to like if I went to Zara and nothing's gonna fit me right. However, it can be very tacky or like not artistic, like not fashionable to have an outfit full of Balenciaga logos, like all the logos, because then it's just like you don't have style. You're just trying to show that you spent a lot of money.
Okay, reset, start. Yeah, I feel like to be honest, like I'm not a very logo heavy like person. Like that's not something that speaks to me in my personal style. However, I'm not really against it. I'm more so like it's a case by case basis. Like how's it fitting? What's the color story? Is there texture play? Like I'm really so even if you want it to be like logo down, like I'm not really against that as long as again it's intentional and we're telling story behind it. It's not just dumping, which like for example, like you see like these rappers like and it'll just be like the craziest shit. You just be like, what? Like what is even going on? It's not just rappers, but like that's like a prevalent example. Like Louis Bell,
Mhm.
chrome jeans, chrome like it's like, bro, what even is this
Yeah.
coordination? But whatever. I think it's nuanced, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think there's a way it can definitely be done, and I'm not like, oh, I would never like show off that I'm wearing designer. Like, of course, I have pieces that like says it's designer, and I like that you can tell it's designer. I am not above that. However, like I definitely think just because something's designer doesn't make it like fashionable. It's all about the styling, and like if you don't know how to style a piece, like it's just a piece, and like it doesn't make it so special because it has a word or a logo on it.
Snaps, only I can't sound.
ASMR.
Dang. Did that snap? Did it make a sound? Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. Oh, you can't hear that shit. That's
It's
so
probably like because it's trying to be noise canceling. But I
yeah.
swear I know how to snap.
Okay. All right, and then our last topic is officially September, which is Fashion Month. Of course, the month I was born to, period, born in fashion.
Yeah.
And so I mean, New York Fashion Week is this week, and other presentations will be going on throughout the month, Paris Fashion Week, etc. So, what shows are we excited for? I'm gonna reset, or maybe what are we not excited for? What's the tea? What's the vibe? Okay. I said this to Rainer earlier. As far as like for New York Fashion Week, obviously there's like certain brands that like I personally like, but there's none that like I'm like, oh, like what's going to happen. It's just more so like let me just, see what's going on. Colleen Estrada, Kim Shui, kind of the more like not up and coming, but a little more avant-garde designers. But other than that, nothing too crazy on my end. And then obviously Paris Fashion Week, I'll get into my rebuttal because I'm at 30 seconds now.
Okay, I'll structure mine the same. So like none of the New York shows are like someone's big debut or something really crazy exciting. I'm excited for Kid Super's show because he's highlighting a bunch of like really small Brooklyn-based designers, which I think is cool. And then I'm going up to work Fashion Week, so I'm excited for the shows I'm working, like Clean Estrada and a couple others. Um, but there's no shows in New York where I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen?
For sure. Okay, then I'll reset. All right, and then for me, I'm just gonna jump straight to Paris Fashion Week. Obviously excited for Dior, duh. And then I'm excited for the Dries Van Noten show. I feel like their men's presentation was kind of really odd to me, and so I'm interested to see what the women rebuttal is to that. Acne Studios, as always, like my tried and true favorite brand. I always look forward to the Live show, so I'm excited to see, what that looks like. And then also, the former creative directors of Proenza will be presenting, so let's see what they're giving. I'm gonna keep going. I'll make it quick. I'm excited for, not excited, I'm interested to see Balenciaga. I feel like we have like a weird relationship with Balenciaga, so I want to kind of see, what's his name, Pierre Piccolo does. Chloe, I feel like Chloe has had pretty strong presentations, the last couple shows, so I'm excited to see that. And then Miu Miu, I'm excited to see, will Kylie be there? Will she be incorporated somehow? She's not the face, but I don't know. We'll kind of see where they go with that. And obviously Mason Margiela, excited to see Glenn's presentation, and then will Miley be incorporated somehow since she, is in face?
Okay. Let me start my timer. I agree. I think like we had a really big changing of the guards this year, so there's just a ton of shows, honestly, just in Paris where it's like there's a lot of anticipation around how these new creative directors will kind of play into women's wear because that's obviously the biggest market. I'm not going to relist out everything Diamond just said, but essentially I agree with most of it. Um, I also like Mason Margiela. They've never had a face before. That's another topic we should honestly talk about. But so the fact that Miley Cyrus was their first ever like celebrity campaign, like yeah, will she be at the show? Will she be walking? Like that's really interesting to me, and I'm really excited for Paris. I wish I was gonna be there.
Period.
Yeah.
It's never too late. Um, but yeah, dang, we didn't talk about Miley. This is not a rebuttal. This is just
I
me.
know. Right as you said that, I was like, I remember like when it first happened, we said that we were gonna talk about it, and
Okay,
then
well, here, you guys can hold us accountable. That'll be a topic for
yeah,
next
we should talk
for
about
next
it next
week
week.
because I feel like we definitely have to address that.
Yeah.
But that's it for this week's episode. Let us know your thoughts, comments, concerns down below. And as always, we'll see you next week with 3 new topics or 4, whatever. Bye.
Bye.